Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, freaks and geeks, worms and germs, and welcome to Cinemastrophe'S Cocktail Hour. I'm your host, Tahila Rocco, aka Don Perignon, aka Fish, aka The Doctor, aka Logan, aka a couple other names I went through over the years. With me, as always, is my co host, the woman who is not only obsessed with sex scenes in movies, but just sex in movies in general, and something that I forgot about, Miss Robin Dubois.
I'm curious as to what you forgot about.
So am I.
Jesus!
Yeah, I've come to realize that you are just obsessed with sex in movies, period.
Listen,
Doesn't even have
I
to be a
I have
sex scene.
eyes. I
Anything
have
that kind of
eyes.
seems like sex, you're
For
obsessed
viewers who
with.
might want to watch something with their family, a heads up, okay?
Like you like in Aquaman. I mean, in DC, whatever the movie was. You said, you said, you said, and then she switched his sweater, and I was like, is he fucking her?
Wait, what was that again?
That is what you said. And I heard you when we were
Oh
recording,
yeah.
but I just kind of kept going.
Oh, because she sniffed it like like a long lost lover. Like,
You, I did not get that idea when I saw that. The people I was watching it with didn't have get that idea. All we thought was this girl was creepily obsessed with him. Because I don't know anybody who would sit there and sniff someone's sweater just because they're fucking them.
listen, I know some people, okay?
If the person died, yes.
Nope, I know some people. All right?
Walk around sniffing other people's clothes they leave on the floor. That's
I'm dead
obsession.
imagining. Yep. Listen, all I can say is I know some.
Oh man. How was your week?
It was hectic. I'm quarantining currently until,
Oh, that's right. That's what the other thing
yeah,
was.
yeah.
Who is currently quarantined at home because apparently she caught the COVID. Miss
Okay, I
Robin
was
Dubois.
directly exposed. All right, there's a difference. I'm just waiting for my results.
I was about to say, did you get your results back?
Yeah, I did the rapid. That came back negative. I'm just waiting for the lab work because the rapid is at only 93% accurate, while the lab work is 99% accurate.
Uh,
Because I had symptoms, but I'm fine now.
you
But
probably
yeah,
just got a cold or allergies.
yeah, maybe.
That happened to me. I was like, oh, and then 2 hours later, I was like, oh shit, that was my allergies. I could have went to work.
Right. My job takes it very seriously. You can't come back with symptoms until you're cleared. But if you've been direct contact with someone, you can't come back for like 10 days.
Well, that makes sense.
Yeah. But I'll take the time to do some spring cleaning. I had to cancel my plans for the weekend, but that's fine. I'll survive.
A friend of mine overseas ended up getting well, didn't she didn't end up getting COVID. She her boss got COVID, then came to work, then took the test and found out she had COVID, even though she was sick
Mm,
the week before and stayed home. So
that's
yeah, she had to take the test. She wasn't sure if she had it. And then someone else is like this other guy, he's like, no, no, you have to stay away from the children. I'm just like, what the hell is she supposed to do? She has to take care of her kids. Like they live in the same house. She has to take care of her kids. What the hell is she supposed to do? No,
she should wear
no.
a she could just wear a PPE like a whole face shield thing.
I mean, I could wear a mask in the house around the kids, I guess.
Hmm.
But he was like, stay away. You can't go near them. Like, what is she supposed to do? Who the hell's
Yeah,
gonna take care of the kids?
Yeah, I always think about that.
And he's a
Like,
young
what if
kid, so
we're
like, who's gonna take care of him?
single parent and stuff? Sucks. I got my car back this week too, and as soon as I get it back, that's what happens.
There was something I was going to talk to you about, and I completely forgot what it was.
You having some brain fog?
Little bit, yeah, a little bit. I'm exhausted, is
I
what it is.
mean you have the itis.
No, I'm just like literally. I slept almost all day, all morning today. I slept until I think like 7. No, I slept until 8. Then I went and got lunch and took a nap at 11. Didn't get up again until 2. And I went to bed early yesterday, I believe. I think I did. Yesterday was Thursday. Yeah, I went to bed early yesterday. I'm just so tired lately. Just so tired.
Sluggish. Is it the weather?
It's not sluggish. It's just I'm just tired by the end of the day. Yeah, it's
You,
not like sluggish. It's just literally exhaustion.
maybe you need more vitamins in your life.
Maybe I need to do a less and let my body get more rest is what I need to do. That's why I didn't want to get up today.
Mm-hmm.
I probably if I really just laid there, I probably could have slept the entire day today. I've literally forced myself to get up today because I had things to do like this, which I guess I did for no reason thanks to somebody.
I don't get it.
I'm like, yeah, we film early when we wake up, and then I call and no
Right,
answer.
right. And I was being in and out. It's actually a busy day.
I was,
Busy, but
I was like,
not
all right, I'll
busy.
wait for the call back.
And then right, and then we kept missing each
No, it was 6 hours later.
6 hours later.
6 hours later, I'm like, ah, oh, man.
Right.
Like, now I'm busy doing stuff. I cut my hair. I was Fortniting it. I had to go get some food. I hadn't
And you
eaten
know, it
all
would have been
day.
great too, because like earlier, like my sunroom, because right now I'm like my we turn off the heat so it doesn't interfere with the podcast. But like during the day, my sunroom is warm, the warmest place in the house. I was gonna do it in there, and then my dad came by, and I was helping him make dinner slash lunch, well, lunch slash dinner, and
I
that
don't know how
dragged
you
out.
had a warm room because it was fucking freezing today.
It was so cold, but the sunroom is like a greenhouse,
Oh,
so
okay.
yeah, it was freezing
That's all.
today. I
I'm
was like,
like,
shit.
it was warm, and I'm like, warm, warm where?
Mm-hmm.
I was frozen today. What are you talking about? It was cold today. Every room I went into today was cold around here. Maybe slightly a little warmer than the other rooms in one area, but yeah, it was fucking freezing today. I think the high was like 41 degrees.
Yeah, I'm over this shit.
I just want it to be consistent. Either be consistently
Yeah,
cold or consistently warm. This switching back and forth shit is a pain in the ass.
indeed it is.
Yo, Falcon and Winter Soldier is so good now.
I didn't watch it today.
I didn't
Not
watch it. I
yet.
didn't watch it today either, yet.
Okay, good.
But yo, it is so. If you're not
It's
watching
so,
Falcon and Winter Soldier, you need to start watching it because it is
and you
so
know,
good. Now it's Lethal Weapon.
No bullshit. You want to kill yourself? Oh, for Christ. Shut up! Yes or no? You want to die? Yes or no? I got the job done. What the hell do you want? Didn't answer the question. Oh, what do you want to hear, man?
That's exactly what this is. It's a superhero Lethal Weapon.
it's so funny. Like, and you know, I had so much doubts for this show. I'm like, oh, it's not gonna be good like WandaVision. Oh, I don't know if those two can do it. But literally, I would have to rewind and laugh again and again because like the jokes are just.
Yeah, it's like I said, it's Lethal Weapon. It's Martin and Riggs.
Oh, dude, speaking of which, you know the new Captain America, the guy acting as the new Captain America, he's getting death threats.
You know that's Kurt Russell's and Goldie Hawn's son, right?
Oh, it is legitly?
Yeah. That's
He
his son.
looks like his dad.
He
He looks
does.
like his dad.
I didn't recognize him, and then my sister looked it up. And then when she looked it up, she said that's why he looks weird. It looks like their faces merged together, like their faces melted together. And
Word,
then when I
that's
looked at the
exactly
picture,
what
and I
happened.
was like, oh shit, I can see Kurt Russell right there. It's Kurt Russell with a weird looking chin. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah, and he has Goldie Hawn's golden hair.
Yeah. I don't know why people are giving this man death threats. For what?
Like, and they can even say, because people are like, oh, these Marvel fans are crazy. No, these aren't like the original OG Marvel fans. These are those new posers who, you know what I mean? Like, we never would think like that, like,
It's
or go that hard.
it's not it's not real.
And these people, they're crazy. They're really like into it. Like, they think he really replaced Captain America. Like,
It's not like old fashioned wrestling where they pretend it's real. We like what the hell? Why are you sending this man death threats? That was like when me and my brother we went to what the hell did they call it for The Walking Dead? It was pre-screening, right? And the guy who played Gabriel came out and people started booing him. I mean, I laughed when they started booing him, but I was just like, are you really booing an actor for a character role? Are you serious? Like people take it way too seriously sometimes. It is
they're
not real.
their line between reality and like fantasy is just really thin. That I mean, honestly, that just goes to show you he's a good actor. If he really had
If he was
people.
a wrestler, yeah, he was. That means he's a good actor. This just means people are stupid. Like for fuck's
Hmm.
sakes, it's not even pretending that he's real. He's just an actor. We all know it's an actor. The characters aren't real. Fuck's sakes, man. So apparently, I got fake merchandise out there.
Really, what type?
I
Wow, you're really right. I was about to say something like a sex toy or something.
Would you like me to order you one? Do you need one?
No, because that's just the first thing I imagine, like you having fake merchandise. Like,
Do you need it? Should I order? Should I have that to be a special birthday gift for you? Because
girl, get to it. What I'm very curious. What merchandise? Like popcorn labels,
I found someone.
dildos, what?
It was either in Russian or Ukraine. I can't tell the difference between the two alphabets, but it was definitely either Russian or Ukraine. They're selling my logo on T-shirts, on sweatshirts. From what I looked at, it looks really bad too.
What?
I
How did
was
that
shocked
even
because you know
happen?
how you like if you're out there, if you're anyone listening to it, just Google yourself. You'd be surprised what you find. I just sometimes once in a while I just sit there and Google myself just to see. I'll Google my name and then I'll Google the show just to see what's up there on the internet. You'd be surprised what you find. So I'm going through it and I look and I'm like, what the hell is this? I don't know why it caught my attention. It was something in the description. I'm like, what the hell is this? So I click on it and there's someone selling gray sweatshirt with the show logo on it. But apparently, what they did was they didn't alter it at all. They just took the picture, saved it, and then printed it out. So it's this square, this black square with the logo on it on top of a gray sweatshirt. It looks so bad. I'm like, wow. Because at first, because I had a company doing t-shirts, and I was like, at first I thought it was there. I was like, oh, and I was like, wait a minute. This just doesn't look right. The image looked kind of smushed together. I'm just like, this doesn't like, this is a bootleg merchandise. This is bootleg merchandise for my show that I don't even get a
Oh
cut
my
of.
god.
I might order one. I think I'm gonna order one. And I think I'm gonna try and see if I can find some more bootleg merchandise. But I was just like, what the hell? I had no idea I had bootleg merchandise out there. I can't sell my own merchandise, but apparently I have bootleg merchandise out there on the market.
I really didn't see that come.
I was just like, what? I gotta send you a picture of this.
Yeah, definitely.
But I think I'm gonna order it. I'm gonna pay the money to order bootleg merchandise for my own show. Let's see what else they got out there. But yeah, if you have a chance, Google yourself. In fact, Google yourself right now, Rob, and see what you find.
Dude, just like last time I googled myself, I found my address, who lives at my house.
See, I don't have all that. That's why I hate the stupid I hate those stupid family tree and ancestry things because people just start putting your information up there without your permission. It's
Right.
like,
Literally, they have my little sister's number because she was on my account. I'm in the white pages. My mom's phone number, like my reviews for pizza places from like 2018. Oh, my Chancellor Award for the New York State Senate.
what?
Yeah.
Wait. What? You got what? What is that? And explain, please.
When I was at NASA, I was like, I had a high GPA, so like the top students of NASA, like they're recognized by the New York State Chancellor.
Oh, very nice. Very nice. I was not aware of that.
That was a very depressing weekend. I had no one to go with me. I went with like in a van. None of my friends or family could go. I I did. It was after I had a fire at my house, so I had no clothes. So I had to borrow
Oh,
clothes. So the shoes I walked across stage did not fit. So I'm struggling with all my might not to bust my ass in front of the New York State Senate.
wow.
It was so annoying.
That's not the word I would use. Annoying. Even if it was 20 years ago, that's not the word I would use for that situation.
Yeah. Oh, my senior year musical.
I remember I found a
uh,
newspaper article from 19, I want to say 96, 97, about a shooting in my old neighborhood.
oh, wow.
Yeah, it was like 1996, 97, around that time. I was like, huh, look at that. This is still here.
Shit.
Because
I
I had
am
found it
just
once before and I went to look at it
uh-huh.
again and I was like, oh, because that was the second time I found it. I was like, oh, look at that. It's still up here. Let's see, moving right along. You watched Young Rock yet? The newest one?
No, I didn't watch a new episode yet.
It was pretty good. It was pretty good. Again, Rosita Dawson's in this episode. And again,
Really?
yeah, she was in the Rock presidential scenes.
Oh, I can't wait.
Yeah, she was. It's nothing big. It's just to have it. Oh yeah, look, Rosita Dawson. She probably said like a total of 20 words. But she was like, oh yeah, Rosita Dawson, Rosita Dawson, she's in it. She was like, oh, okay. But this episode was really good. This episode was really good.
Oh, okay, so I'll definitely watch that Winter Soldier tonight.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
I need a drink. Tonight a nice glass of wine would be amazing.
I have a tequila sunrise, which I really didn't
Oh,
want. I wanted Lynchburg lemonade, and I looked, it was a lemonade. I was like, ah, damn it. Well, I guess I'll just make a sex on the beach. Looked in the refrigerator, no cranberry juice. Damn it. Well, tequila sunrise it is. Only juice you need for that is orange juice. I'm like, God damn it.
yo, I did want some drinks. So let me send out word to get. I have a hiccups now. Someone's coming in.
I can hear it. What the fuck was that?
That was the door.
It sounded like a creaking, old fashioned, scary movie door. And at the same time, it sounded
Yeah,
like someone screaming slowly.
it did actually.
I was like, what the hell was that?
My friend, it was just walked in. My friend just dropped me off some crab legs because I'm quarantined and I can't go out.
That was really creepy. Speaking of Young Rock, right? I'm sitting there watching Young Rock and a commercial comes on. And it's a commercial for Duplexit, which I think is a Cialis commercial? Or Cialis?
Hmm.
How do you say it?
Cialysis?
Cialysis.
Sciatica?
No, Cialysis. You're right. You said it. Cialysis. It's a
Okay.
Cialysis commercial, the skin thing, right? Why the fuck was Diane?
That was the door locking. Did it spook you again?
Do they have you in a tank with an electronic lock?
It's funny because you didn't even come near me. That's so sad.
That's that sound like you was in a depressurization tank. I was like,
So funny.
I gotta clip that and play that back for you. So you can hear that. That literally sounded like there's an electronic lock on your door. Or an airtight room. Are they feeding oxygen to you through the ventilation shaft? Oh, oh, man. Oh, that's funny. You can't write that. So, as I was saying, I was watching Young Rock and the Flixit commercial came on. And I swear to God, in the background, I see Diana Weiss. I'm like, why is Diana Weiss in a Duplexit commercial? Not only was Diana Weiss, not only was it
Mhm.
Diana Weiss, but she wasn't even like, you know, like when they have like Cyndi Lauper or somebody on those commercials and in the forefront.
Yeah.
She's in the
Mhm.
background. Like the guy is sitting there hitting a piano and she's a pinata, and she's in the background jumping up and down in excitement. But you can clearly recognize her. She looked exactly the same as she did in I Care for You or I Care a Lot. Same
Wow, I would
hairstyle
have
and
never
everything.
noticed it. I tell you, she has an obsession with that type of hairstyle since Gone Girl.
Watch. Next time that you see that Duplicit commercial, it's the very beginning. Just look in the background. You see her back there.
Did I tell you that I watched Gone Girl? And
I've
she had
never,
the same haircut?
I've never seen Gone Girl. Nope, you did
I
not say that.
just recently watched it.
I don't even know
I
what Gone
think
Girl's about.
it's that movie with Ben Affleck and her because she was literally
Oh
the same
wait, that
person
was the one where they think he killed his
killed
daughter
his
because
wife.
his wife because she disappeared. Yeah.
Yes, but she was a psychopath.
Oh, thanks for ruining it. I just said I don't know what that is and never
Oh
saw
shit!
it.
I thought ah, pretty much she is who she is, and
Too
she
late.
she likes
She
that
is who
haircut.
she is. That's okay. I might not watch it anyway, or I might. I don't know.
Yeah, it took me years to watch it. I just recently watched it 2 weeks ago after watching
That's.
I Care
I
a Lot.
think that, I didn't watch that. That was back when Ben Affleck couldn't act.
Yes, pretty
That's
much.
why I didn't watch it. I was around.
Mm-hmm.
What was the name of that stupid movie? Jilly.
Gigi,
Gigi. Yeah, around that time. Is that he can act now? He can definitely act now.
totally. And I was
But
just saying that
back
to
then,
someone that
yeah, he couldn't act for shit.
he was a good Batman. You know, like people may be naysayers because they don't like him. Like, oh, I'm like, listen, Robert Patterson. I don't know about him as Batman. Ben Affleck, I had more confidence as Batman than Robert Patterson. Literally, he does not look like any type of Bruce Wayne from that trailer. He's just like an emo who's graduating high school. I don't know.
This is why I don't look at trailers. I'll wait until it comes out.
Yeah, like I was like, Bruce Wayne is supposed to be a handsome, really
You don't
rich
find him
man.
handsome?
Not in this movie. When I say he like an emo goth about to graduate high school,
So you a team Jacob?
you know, I never liked Twilight. Never liked it. I saw the movie one time
Okay,
like
did you
6 years.
at least watch the last one?
I know I only watched the
No,
first
no,
one
no, no, no,
six
no,
years
no, no. You
later.
have to watch the last one. Fuck all the. First of all, the books are shit. The movies are shit. The
I
second
was
to last
never a
one was actually
fan.
kind of interesting because you got to see the other vampires' backstories for some of the movie. Of course, after a while that went away, but that part was interesting. Seeing how the rest of her Edwin's family became vampires, that was interesting.
I don't like the Bella. Kristen, what's your name?
Christian Christian Bell. I mean, as Christian Stewart. Damn,
Yeah, and
Christian Bell.
she just rubs me the wrong way.
No,
I'm
because
like,
she's a fucking idiot. But anyway, we're not even get into all that. But what I'm saying is, yeah, you're right. It's shit. But like I said, in the second to last movie, that was the interesting part. I think that was like maybe half hour, 45 minutes of that movie. Then the rest of the movie went to shit again. The last movie is worth it. Oh my god, it is so entertaining for all the
really?
wrong reasons.
Why? Like, elaborate.
Bad special effects, stupid lines, the fact that this guy is obsessed with a baby.
Yeah, I heard that. Like, what kind of creep
The
shit?
baby is the ugliest thing you ever. You have to see it. It is fucking. The acting. It is the greatest thing ever. It is. It's like that entire series was one big joke to piss you off. It was a one big troll series, and then the last movie is the payoff. The last movie is the punchline, and everything else before that is the director and the writers trolling you, and then you have the greatest payoff ever, and it's all worth it because it is so fucking ridiculous. I laughed through that entire movie, and I saw that in the theaters. And then the people around me made it even better. This one girl, when they showed the baby, this one girl was like, "Oh, she's so cute." I looked at her, I was like, "Are you fucking serious?" And laughed at her and
Oh my
yelled out, "That's the
god.
ugliest fucking baby I've ever seen in my life." Because it was entirely CG and they did not do a good job. You saw, you saw,
Why did they make a
you
baby
saw,
CG?
you saw Rogue One, right?
Yeah.
Remember Princess Leia's makeshift, weird looking, shifting back and forth face that gave you
Mm-hmm.
nightmares for like 3 weeks?
I
That's
was just that.
that's how that baby looked.
Why? Yeah. Why would they CGI a baby though?
I don't know, but it was so fucking ugly. Oh, you have to watch that last movie. Just watch the last one. It is great. It is great. You will not regret it. You'll probably watch it over 2 or 3 times just to see some of the bad things you missed.
Hmm.
Everyone says the same thing. Fucking Twilight. I agree, but you need to watch that last one. Just the last one. So worth it. So worth it. The rest of the ones, don't waste your time. They just get worse and worse as it goes on, and not in a funny way. I think I was over it once she started having night terrors because she got dumped. That was the realm of ridiculousness for me. What the fuck is having night terrors because they got dumped? What the fuck is wrong with you? You having night terrors over getting dumped? Oh, oh, good times, good times. My chest hurts. Fucking. What the hell was the name of that last one? Breaking Dawn?
Something like that.
I think it was Breaking Dawn. And then the porn versions are even worse.
Oh, ew.
Oh, L. I reviewed a few of those. I think 2 of those I reviewed. Definitely reviewed one. I think I saw 2. What are you doing?
I'm looking over one of the articles.
Why is
I
there
did.
tapping? Why are you tapping so hard?
Oh, I want to do something different because I brought up the articles on the iPad this
Oh
time.
no, what I'm saying is, why are you tapping so hard? It's a touch screen, not a tap screen.
Probably my fingernail tap tap tap.
Oh yeah, clunk. That's how I said. What are you doing? I knew he was doing something. Dunk, dunk, dunk. Like, what are you doing? It's a touch screen. Just gotta touch your finger on it gently and scroll. Oh,
So funny.
all right. Well, I guess we fooled around long enough. We pulled a swerve on you, April Fools. A nice April Fool's swerve for you guys. We actually are gonna do Godzilla versus King Kong. Ha. And we'll get that. You get that other one next week. Speaking of which, I had the numbers confused. So if you have no idea what I'm talking about, go back last episode and you'll figure it out. But this is episode 9. No, this one is actually episode 20. Last week's episode, which I put it out on Wednesday, I came close. I was almost. If we had just a little more time, I would have got it out on Monday. But I did get it out on Wednesday. I figured out that I have a new system that works. So it takes me at least one day to edit an hour worth of film. Worth of audio footage. So I have a system down. So we recorded a little bit earlier. I would have had it out on Monday. A little bit earlier. Because I did some over the weekend. I did some after we recorded right away. So, but as I was saying, this episode is episode 20. Last week's episode is episode 18. And next week's episode 19. And next week's episode is episode 18. Because I thought we was up to episode 19 or 20. Do you have a microwave in your room?
Someone just walked in again. Quickly, go. Just woke up from her nap.
Wait.
Okay, yes, continue.
What? Okay. Why does the doors change noises?
Right, it didn't make the same noise as it did before, did
It
it?
didn't make the same noise when she came in. It sounded like someone was putting in a passcode.
Mm-hmm.
What is going on over there?
What is going on? What is going on?
It literally sounded like now someone's had to put in a passcode to get in. This is just a normal door, right?
It has a automatic lock where you do have to put a passcode, and after a while, it locks. If you forget to lock it, it locks on its own.
So you do. Yeah. So you do have electronic lock on your door.
Yes,
Why did you say that?
it's funny.
I thought this is like a normal room door. That's interesting and weird at the same time. I guess that's kind of cool. Weird, but kind of cool. What was I saying? Oh yeah, so see now I want an electronic dock on my door. The fuck? That is kind of cool. Fuck you.
Convenient.
Fuck you.
I thought it was stupid at first.
I thought I was thinking it's kind of. That is annoying though. I was thinking it's kind of stupid too, but that is kind of cool. Fuck you though. Fuck you. Wait, where'd you get that? You gotta let me know. I'll put that on the door. Fuck
My
you.
sister ordered it from the company, so like it gives you like a doorbell.
Send me the name of the company.
I will.
So yes, as I was saying, damn, that's really fucking cool. I want an electronic lock now. This episode is episode 20. Last week's episode is 19. And the one you're going to hear next after this episode is episode 18. Now we are officially up to episode. We have officially recorded 20 episodes. And we're up to episode 19. Somewhat that's going to be 20 in a way. Yeah.
Cool.
You get the idea. But we pulled the swerve. Here we go. King Kong, Godzilla versus King Kong. This movie started out very slow. Very, very slow. This movie started out just as slow as Justice League. Try saying that 5 times fast. The only difference here is that only like the first half hour is slow. It's a 2-hour movie. Maybe like that. Maybe not even the first. Yeah, like about the first half hour is slow.
Mm-hmm.
After the first half hour, this movie picks up. Really, really picks up. Unlike Justice League, which I had to sit through for 2 hours of slowness, which is why I couldn't sit through the whole thing in one sitting. So yeah, you're going to be bored in the very beginning. But it does pick up. And once it picks up, oh my God, this shit is fucking amazing.
Right.
It is
Indeed.
so
I
good.
agree immensely.
It is so good. It is so, so good.
Like,
Like, we
yes.
all know in today's day and age, neither one, you all know neither one is going to die. Because, as usual, Hollywood doesn't want to piss off anybody. This is why we didn't get a winner between Alien versus Predator. We never got a winning between Jason versus Freddy. Because they just don't want to piss off fans.
Who were you rooting for, Kong or Godzilla?
Oh, Godzilla. That's my childhood hero. Of course I was rooting for Godzilla. Fuck a Kong. So yeah. We they don't want to piss fans off. So you automatically know this was gonna end up being a team up movie. You just knew it was. It was either gonna be a team up movie or they were both gonna be bad and they were gonna have to kill both of them. The humans were gonna end up killing. It's gonna go either or. But since you knew they weren't gonna turn Kong bad, automatically you knew this. Okay, we're back. We're back. Sorry about that. Technical difficulties there. But as I was saying, yeah, they don't want to piss any fans off. So you knew it was going to be a team up movie because it was either going to be a team up movie or they were both going to be the bad guys, and you know they're not going to kill Kong. So it just had to be a team up movie. And it eventually becomes that. I mean, you do get fights, but it does eventually become a team up movie. I will say, though, however, what they did do that those other movies that I mentioned did not do, they did establish a winner between the two. I'm not going to tell you who the winner is, but they definitely established which one of them was stronger. So you do get that. Uh, Anything else I want to say before we go into details?
Weird. Like, how much are we giving away?
Right now, not a lot. Before we go into details, anything else significant to mention?
Mm, I don't think so.
Yeah, there is actually.
What?
This movie, they did it right. They focus more on Kong and Godzilla than the humans. And what I mean by that is the human story was just there, which was why it was kind of boring in the beginning, but it was simply there to tie the two together. You basically have one set of humans doing stuff on the Godzilla side, then you have another set of humans doing stuff on the Kong side. I thought at one point they were going to somehow combine the two sets of humans
I
characters
did
together,
too. Like, it would
but
cross over, yeah.
they actually didn't. They didn't. They kept them separate, which was a good thing
Mm-hmm.
because too many movies. It's too cliche that oh this person's with this group, this or suddenly the groups merge together and become a team and that. It's cliche. It happens all the time. Here it didn't happen at all. The two groups stayed separate, and I like that. There was no annoying love story. That was good. Like there was no love story, and thank God it was because it just would have been forced. Like every other movie that throws a love story in there because they feel, oh God, this keeps people interested. No, sometimes we don't want a love story.
Did
This is
Skull Island have a love story?
yes,
Thinking
they
about
did
it.
between the photographer and the guy.
Oh, I didn't really feel the chemistry between them.
Yeah, they had chemistry. I give it to them. Their chemistry between the two was good with their little banter. It wasn't an annoying love story, but it did have a love story in it. And some movies don't need love story. Kaiju movies don't need love stories. Humans are just there to tie. The human story is just there in a kaiju movie to get the monsters together. That's it. They're not the driving force. And the directors who made that knew that. So they did not make the human characters the driving force. They were just the linchpin to get the two characters together. The driving force was the motives of Kong and Godzilla. That was great. That was great. So it was focused on Kong and Godzilla. Any other points, general points that we should point out?
I'm trying to
The
think.
kid from Deadpool is in it.
Yeah, he's hilarious.
Hilarious. I found him annoying. I found him
Annoyingly
so
hilarious.
annoying.
That's how he was in Deadpool.
No, actually, he wasn't like that in Deadpool. In Deadpool, he was a little prick. He played a completely different character in this one. But the character they had him play was just an annoying character. Just so annoying. He was more annoying than the nerd guy, the nerd conspiracy guy. He was
Yeah, I've
annoying.
never seen him in a role like that.
I've never
I was
seen
very
him
surprised.
in anything. This is the first time I've
You
seen
never
him.
seen him?
Mm-mm.
What? He was in ATL, the series. Like, he's been in a few things.
ATL.
That series with Childish Gambino.
Nope, never heard of it.
It's actually it's an FX series.
Oh, that Atlanta.
Yeah, that's
I
on
was
me. I
like
should have said Atlanta.
ATL, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, Atlanta. Oh, yeah. I never watched Atlanta.
Yeah, usually he's like a thug or a rapper or something.
Yeah, no, I've never seen Atlanta. So this is the first time I've ever seen him act. Acting wise, he did a good job. I mean, the character he was supposed to play, he played it well, and he was supposed to be annoying, and he was annoying, but he wasn't that annoying. The Deadpool kid was very annoying. Actually, the chick from what's the name was kind of annoying too. They changed her character a bit.
Yo, I
That's
didn't
the other
like
thing
her
about
acting in this. Like, Dad, like.
they changed her character completely in this, and it wasn't a good change. That's another thing too. The beginning of this movie feels rushed. They rush all the explanation at the very beginning of the movie. I get getting all that out the way at the beginning of the movie, but the way they did it was so fast. It was just like this. You're like, could you slow down a minute, let you soak in?
Did her mom die in the other movie or something?
No, I don't even know where her mom was. I don't even know where her mom was. Her mom wasn't in this one. There's a different actress on the Kong side. Brie Olsen isn't in it. And I don't know if this woman's supposed to be playing the same character or a different character. I have no idea. I don't even remember what Brie Olsen's name was in the other movie. So I have no idea if this new girl is playing the same character or what is this chick's name too? I forgot. I've seen her before, but I can't remember her name.
I don't recall.
I'm not going to reach for my phone for it.
Nope, she's no offense to her, but she's not worth the reach.
She did a good job. What do you mean she wasn't?
She did, but like I don't feel like reaching and looking her up because I know her face. I've seen her face before.
She's a good actress. I just don't remember her name. I've seen her in plenty of stuff. I'm like, what do you mean she's not worth the reach? It's just my phone's all the way on the other side of the room, on the charger.
Put mine on the table.
But yeah, I don't remember her name, but she did a good job. But like I said, I don't remember. I have no idea if she was supposed to be the Brie Olsen character or not. No idea. But it doesn't matter, actually. It really didn't matter.
Yeah, the guy, I loved him. Like, since True Blood.
Oh, he was a fucking... That guy was just fucking annoying.
I've never seen him in an annoying role. Usually he's like a sexy vampire type or Tarzan or something.
No, I've seen him in a bunch of different stuff. He's very versatile in his acting. He's a good actor. He's very versatile.
He is. And like he was a little annoying. He's like a shell of a man that he used to be. And he did such a good job.
Not even a shell of a man. It was just stupid. His character was just an idiot. His character was an idiot. Like some of the things he said was just like asinine and stupid. Just straight up asinine and stupid.
You're always this stupid, or did you take lessons?
I took lessons.
All right, so this is when we're going to go get into detail. I think that's all the general stuff we need to go over. Yeah, Deadpool kid was annoying. Chick from Stranger Things, she was completely different as a character. Kind of annoying, too. She was kind of... For some reason, the Godzilla side was kind of annoying. But none of them was as annoying as the kid from Deadpool. He was the most annoying one at all. His character was just... You really just wanted to smack him most of the time.
Calm down now. Get back to your seat. I'll take care of this. Calm down. Calm down. Get a hold of yourself.
Doctor, you want another phone. Everything's gonna be all right.
Sister, please, I'll handle this.
And yeah, I think that's it. I think it's all the general stuff. So this will be going. Okay, so here we're just going to go into details from here. So you know the deal. Either stop it or fast forward till the end. So the movie starts out with Godzilla attacking Pensacola, Florida. He's attacking this. Do you remember the name of the company?
Wait. Let's go into the intro credits, like how they use the intro credits to tie all together all of the movie, like from voice notes from other characters.
They didn't really tie all the movies. All they did was.
I think so.
No, they didn't. All they did was show who beat who. None
Yeah,
of those
and then
characters are
what's his
associated
face?
with each other. So
Like they're telling this, they're tying their story together. Like John Goodman, like
they
they had
didn't.
his voice
Nope, they
notes.
didn't tie his story together at all. All they did was show us who beat who. Kong beat a bunch of island stuff, and then Godzilla beat a bunch of other monsters, real monsters, and that was it.
I didn't watch the last Godzilla, so like that filled me in on what happened in the last one.
Well, it didn't tie anything together at all.
You don't think so?
No,
I think
because
it
all they
did.
showed was Kong beating up those island monsters, because that's the only thing Kong got to fight. And then they showed Godzilla fighting Monster Zero and those stupid monsters they made up in the first Godzilla, and that was it.
And then the
Because
last
those monsters never
Godzilla
cross
too,
each other
right?
at any point in any of the movies. That's why I said it didn't tie them together. All it did was just show. It basically showed a tournament card. That's what they showed. That's exactly what they showed. A tournament card.
Yes, like March Madness. That's
Yes, that's what they showed. That's what I'm saying. They
I
didn't
like
tie them
that.
together. They just showed a tournament card.
I like that a lot. I'm like, oh, okay, March Madness going on.
I mean, the only thing that tied the movies together was Monarch, which we'll get into Monarch in a minute. So Godzilla goes and attacks. Do you remember the name of the company that he attacked? Something with an A.
Apex?
Apex. Yes, there you go. Attacks a company named Apex. I knew it sounded like something with an A, but Argos is stuck in my head. Yes, he attacks a company named Apex that's located in Pensacola, Florida. And they're like, oh, Godzilla's attacking. Why is he attacking? Oh, he's turned against us, blah, blah, blah. Meanwhile, while Godzilla's doing this attack, the nerd guy, I don't know. By the way, I don't know any of these characters' names because it doesn't matter. The only thing that matters is Kong and Godzilla. So, any of these characters' names. So, yeah, the nerd guy who's on the Godzilla side, he infiltrated Apex. I think he said he's been working for them for 5 years.
5 years.
5 years to figure
5
out what they're doing behind the scenes. During this time, he finally gets some evidence about what they were doing, and he leaves. Meanwhile, we find out that Kong is in Antarctica now in a dome to protect him from Godzilla because there was a storm on his
No,
island that killed everyone except this little girl. So it's just
yeah, he's not in Antarctica yet. Antarctica is where Hollow Earth
oh
is. They
yeah,
transport him to
wherever they
Antarctica.
had him. It wasn't
He's
Skull
back.
Island.
He's still on Skull Island.
Was he on
The
Skull
tropical
Island?
storm. Yeah, he's still on Skull Island. That's where they built the dome because the tropical storm took over Skull Island.
So
And
so wait. This is just like a never-ending tropical storm.
yeah, like remember the tropical storm they went through Skull Island and took over because it pretty
I
much
don't remember them going through a
protected Skull.
tropical storm in Skull
Yeah,
Island.
it was like some crazy storm they had to like fly through just to get to Skull
Huh.
Island.
I don't remember that part. Probably because everybody always has to drive through some stupid ass storm to get somewhere. Fucking Jurassic Park did it. Everybody does it. So that's probably why I blanked that out from the original movie. Everybody does it. They always got to go through some storm to get to the island and circle in the eye of the storm. Everybody does that crap. So yeah, I probably blanked that out of Skull Island. Damn storm they got to go through. So okay, so the storm took over the island. Only one who survived was Kong and this little girl who was deaf. She was an islander and she's deaf. And those are the only two who had survived. So they built a dome. You know, I didn't even think about it. It doesn't make any fucking sense. But whatever. Because like, if the storm took over the island, and it's that strong. How did they get people there to build that dome?
I was thinking the same
It would have
thing.
made more sense if they drug Kong, moved him someplace where the dome was built when they found out that the storm was getting closer. Like they found out early that the storm was closing in, but then you had the questions of why did they evacuate the people. So I guess either way, there would be a no sit that makes no sense to it. Because yeah, they had that they realized the storm was getting closer in on the island. It's going to destroy the island. Yes, they would build the sanctuary someplace else, but I'm pretty sure they would evacuate the islanders as well, not just let them die.
Right, everyone died but that one little girl. Like,
And then, but on this hand, you have it as if the storm was so bad that it killed everyone except for Kong and the little girl because Kong saved the little girl from getting killed by the storm. How the hell did they get people there to build the sanctuary anyway?
It just raises too many questions.
Either way, it's a plot hole. No matter how you think about it, it's a plot hole. And then you can't not have the sanctuary because then you have the question of how come Godzilla never went over there to fight him before? So I guess you gotta let something go in order for this to work. Because they do establish that Khan's ancestors and Godzilla's ancestors are ancient enemies. I did hate that whole stupid apex predator crap. It's because it's fucking bullshit. Alphas don't exist. It was a mistake made by the guy who who came up with the alpha theory. He's looking at wolves and he said, oh, he must be the leader. He's the alpha male. And then realized that wasn't the case. He just fucked up. It was just a daddy protecting his family. So yeah, I hate that they still try to push that on us when it doesn't exist. There's no such thing as an alpha.
Fuck you!
But yeah, it was that's their whole argument. Oh, they protecting Khan because there could be only one alpha, so they don't want them to fight for the supremacy. That bullshit. So then the leader of Apex, who you know is evil as soon as he pops up, goes to Eric from True Blood.
Hi, my name is Eric Northman. I'm a 1,000-year-old vampire and president and CEO of New Blood.
And tells him that he tells him he found the energy source in the center of the earth, just turning this into Land of the Lost or Journey to the Center of the Earth, whichever one you want to pick.
was that covered in the last Godzilla movie? Because I didn't watch it, so I don't
No,
know.
this is just made up. They just automatically just started with a Journey to the Center of the Earth thing. It has nothing to do with anything. It's just something they wanted to put in the movie for some reason. I don't know why. Maybe they felt that the monsters needed more explanation on why they exist or something stupid like that. Instead of, hey, this is a world with monsters. Accept it. Kind of like, yeah, I don't know why they feel you need an explanation. It's kind of like a superhero movie. Hey, this is a world with superheroes. Accept it. Okay. Hey, it's a world with giant monsters who fight each other. Accept it. Okay. As long as the rules are consistent, no one cares. But yeah, they turned it into a Journey to the Center of the Earth not even type of thing. It was Journey to the Center of the Earth.
Mm-hmm.
Their explanation is that there are craters that pushes the monsters came out of craters from the center of the Earth. That's why they're on this Earth. That's why they're on this Earth. That's why they're on the surface. Somehow, some way, they ended up coming up through the surface, and that's why they're here. It's a weak explanation. That's why I'm having a hard time talking about it, because it's just a weak explanation. But it gets the job done. I'm not going to complain about it. It is what it is. It could have been better. Yeah, with more thought put into it. Yeah, but you know what? That's not what we're here for, so does it really matter? Are we here for that story? No. In fact, that story is part of what makes it drag. So the less of it, the better. Good choice. It's shit, but it's a little bit of shit. So you get to the good parts. So they want to get because Kong is from the center of the earth, like all their monsters. They want to use Kong to show them the way back to that area. The only problem is Eric sent his brother down there. Well, not sent his brother down there. His brother went on a trip down there, and because it's in the center of the earth, the gravity does a reversal at the last minute and rips you in half.
Ooh, nasty.
Because, center of the earth, gravity switches. It's a weird theory about the center of the earth with the gravity. It's a stupid theory, but because it wouldn't happen that way, but whatever. You can't get into the center of the earth because it's a giant rock, and gravity is caused by the earth's rotation. But whatever, right?
You keep using the word.
So, in order to compensate the problem of that, the company Apex created these super spaceships.
Yeah,
I
like
guess.
gravity ships.
Yeah, the spaceships basically. Because they're not cars, they're not trucks, they're not really even hovercrafts. So just spaceships is the best way you can describe them. Or land submarines. It's a better description, I guess. Meanwhile, on the other side of town, the Godzilla troop are trying to find out why Apex was attacked. Because, of course, the girl believes Godzilla can do no wrong. This is Godzilla. He only attacks when provoked. In this movie, anyway. I mean, in this universe, anyway. So they're trying to figure that out. They break into the Apex company, and they find... What the hell did they call those things from Kong? I keep saying... What did they call those?
Skull eaters or something?
Was it skull? It's something... You're right. Something with the skull. Skull dwellers?
Maybe skull dwellers.
I think it was skull dwellers. I think they called them skull dwellers. That sounds pretty accurate of what they call them, skull dwellers. So we're just going to call them skull dwellers. Yeah, so they see a bunch of skull dweller eggs inside this futuristic looking bus type thing. Oh, what I forgot to mention was Monarch. Yeah, her father still works for Monarch. But apparently Monarch has been neutered. They're not the whole CO company they were before. Now they just do rescue missions when Godzilla shows up or a monster shows up. That's pretty much what their job has been dwindled down to. They don't really do any studies anymore or any type of protection. All they do is do evacuations when a monster attacks.
Wait, the Kong people, aren't they Monarch too?
I don't think so. I don't think so. I mean, if they are, they're just doing protection at that point. They're not really, again, they've been dwindled down to nothing. Remember before, they were the specialists on monsters. They were the go-to. They monitor. They protect it. Now they're just kind of there to clean up the mess. That's pretty much the only reason they're around now. I don't even think they're doing research anymore. They're not mentioned about any type of scientific facts or discoveries
Right.
about the
They were
monsters
just
or what they're doing.
assuming.
They weren't even just assuming, they just came for cleanup. That was it. They literally just came for cleanup. It was Apex that was doing the cry to war to the people. Monarch is literally just a cleanup squad at this point, which is kind of sad because they had an interesting role, and it just became this. I don't know. Maybe those people at Kong Island were Monarch, but even then, all they were doing was
They
doing
actually
nothing.
didn't say. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, they didn't do anything. They just came, and we'll get to that too, because that was fucking hilarious. They just came when there was an attack to clean up, or when an attack was coming to evacuate the people, and that's it. The army came to try and fight, but they did nothing other than evacuation stuff. And they had a more pivotal role in the other movies, so I don't know why. And their roles weren't even that big, but they were more important in the other movies. So, where was I? Oh, I was on the Godzilla side. Yeah, so yeah, they get in this futuristic tunnel train that goes from Florida to Hong Kong. I guess
So
they
it went
built
from 0 to over 600 miles per hour. I'm like, how's that even humanly possible
that.
that they survived?
My sister said the same thing. Planes go 400 miles an hour, and you're perfectly fine. People take rockets into space that go that fast. They're perfectly fine. It's perfectly possible. Saying that's why I was like, yeah, that's possible. 700 miles, that's possible. People survive. Yeah, we launch rockets into space with astronauts in them. They're fine. So that wasn't a far stretch. And I'm assuming like because they have these tunnels that goes to the center of the earth. There's these giant tunnels in the earth that lead to the center of the earth, which that's why they're trying to get down there. That's how they get down there, I should say. So I guess they kind of manipulated some of those tunnels to go from one area to another because they go from Florida to Hong Kong. So I'm assuming that they manipulated one of these tunnels to do that. I think that was the gist you were supposed to get.
Mm.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was the gist you were supposed to get with that. Yeah, because they mentioned the tunnels. They show the tunnels using like holographic technology to show the tunnels. So I think you're supposed to get the gist from all that before that this was made using that advanced technology they have and manipulating the tunnels that would lead down into the earth. The only thing I don't understand is why they needed this guy to go do that.
Which guy? Eric?
Yeah, I don't know why they needed Eric for that.
They liked his ideas in
I
his
don't
book or
know why they
something?
needed I don't even know why they needed Eric to do that. I don't know why they needed Kong to do that. They could have just went down there themselves and just explored down there until they found what they were looking for, which was that energy source. So, yeah, that was a bit forced and unnecessary and made no sense.
What, they needed Kong to lead the way, but it looks like the path was already made.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't know why they needed Kong to lead. They needed Kong to lead them to where the energy source was. But I don't know why they needed Kong to lead them to the energy source was. They already had the technology to go down there. They could have just went down there and explored and found it. They didn't need Kong to specific. That's why I'm saying that doesn't make any sense. But you needed a reason for Kong to get there somehow. And there was a reason for him to get there. Keep in mind, this isn't a movie you're supposed to watch with it making sense. Okay? Like, if you're looking for some of these things to make sense, then you're going to be disappointed. A lot of this stuff doesn't make sense. But, like I said earlier, it doesn't really focus on the human story. The human story doesn't have to be good because what should be focused on is the monsters, and that's what they focus on, the monsters. So this guy, Eric, happens to know Kong Girl. He tells her this is probably where he's from and this is where his home and he should go back home. That's his argument for her. And she always wanted him to go home because he's lonely up here by himself. He just doesn't belong up here. He doesn't fit. And he has a home to go to. He had to have come from someplace. So she always wanted him to go home.
Isn't that cute? But it's wrong!
And he has a bond with the little girl he saved.
Mm-hmm.
They take Khan on a boat, put him on some sedatives, and of course Godzilla comes for him. This is also when you find out that, a little bit before Godzilla comes for him, you find out that Kong knows sign language.
Right. He can talk.
He just never told anyone. He learned the sign language from the little deaf girl, but he told her not to tell anybody. So this ape's been talking to this little girl for a long time. A very long time. So yeah, Kong's on the boat. And this is what I was saying earlier about how they made Eric's character stupid. Because he just had really stupid decisions for no reason whatsoever. Like Godzilla, they have Kong chained to the boat, which is logical for safety reasons. I mean, he's a giant ape. He can accidentally just do something to fuck the ship up. And Godzilla attacks, and Kong Woman tells Eric that he needs to let him go so he can defend himself. And he says the stupid line, if we lose the monkey, we lose everything. If Kong is chained up and helpless, he's going to end up dead. So,
right. That was stupid.
Yeah, they gave him dumb lines. Like, his character was that stupid. Like, if you leave him chained up, he's a sitting duck. He's going to end up killed, and you're going to lose everything anyway. So, why would you sit there and not? Killed, why would you sit there and fight against her? Why would you not want to let him go? At the worst case scenario, is Kong gets killed, which will happen if he's already chained up and can't defend himself. Best case scenario, he saves everybody. So, what do you got to lose?
You stupid, ignorant son of a bitch, dumb bastard! Jesus Christ, I've met some dumb bastards in my time, but you outdo them all.
But no, he wants to fight against her, and then Kong nearly drowns because the boat gets flipped over. And that's when he decides, oh yeah, let him loose. So Kong is loose, he flips the boat back over. Everybody on that particular boat is safe. Meanwhile, Godzilla is fucking up everything else. Kong gets his ass handed to him, which you gotta see because it's fucking hilarious.
And it keeps getting funnier every single time I see it!
Then he plays dead, everybody plays dead, and Godzilla thinks he wins and he leaves. Then they get to the Antarctica. Then they go into the journey of the center of the Earth, which was really cool to watch.
That was really cool.
It was cool to watch. And we find out that Kong ancestors had a makeshift castle, I guess.
Right, he had his own throne. That was adorable.
There was a throne.
Weapons.
He has an axe that's made from one of
Godzilla's scales.
I was about to say Godzilla's ancestors' scale. There's an axe down there with one of those. I shouldn't say his axe, but it's an axe down there. Because remember, he was a baby when he came to Skull Island, so it had to be someone else's. He had a whole family up there, so it had to be someone else's. It had power to it, and they put it on something. And I'm not gonna lie, a lot of this seemed just a little too advanced for Kong and his people and his race. Like, this seemed like something that Gorilla Grodd would come up with.
Actually, that's just what I wanted you to think. My true plans are far more grand. You show impressive intellect for a Homo sapien.
Not Kong's race. Because yes, Kong's intelligent enough to talk through sign language and recognize people who are trying to hurt him and people who he needs to protect and blah, blah, blah. But at the same time, this seemed more like some technological thing that his ancestors would not know how to do. Because he puts this axe that has energy pulsing off of it into a specific slot built for that axe, which lights up the entire air. And I'm like, all right, this seems like way too advanced for what Kong's race is supposed to be. Way too advanced.
Inconceivable!
But it lights up the whole place. They show that's what the energy source is. What I forgot to mention was part of the exposition group. Thank you. No, it's not exposition. Exposition is an explanation of word.
Exploration?
Expedition. Part of the expedition group, not exposition. Expedition. Part of the expedition group is the daughter to the guy who runs Apex, who is a total bitch. She sends out a machine that steals some of the energy from that.
I don't get how they did that. Like, they use it to make a copy?
Yeah,
and
I don't
that
understand.
energy?
I don't understand. I think that was the idea. I think they took a sample, analyzed it, and then synthesized it, like synthesizing kryptonite.
But you know what? Another thing that gets me, I thought like Apex wanted to like maybe harvest that energy at the center of the Earth and power the world.
Why? Why would you think that? The minute that man walked on the screen, I said, "Yep, he's the bad guy."
No, I mean like to harvest. Like, I have the best energy source. You have to pay me billions of dollars. $1
like
trillion.
Oh, like that. I thought you meant like I thought he's doing a good thing because I'm like, yo, as soon as he walks on the screen, it's like, "Yep, you're the bad guy." It was like they didn't even try to hide it. It was like as soon as he walked on the screen, they just knew. They even gave him the sinister out of the shadows walk. He was like, "Yep, he's the bad guy."
Right, there's so much like that they could have, like he could, like I thought he was going to be a threat to.
They didn't care to hide it. It wasn't meant to be hidden. It wasn't meant to be any super exciting plan. It was just there to tie the two characters together. Because what everyone wanted to see, and that's what they gave us, was Kong fighting Godzilla. That's what they wanted to see. Monsters fighting. We wanted to see Kong fighting Godzilla. And we got a lot of that. We got a hell of a lot of that. It was the majority of the movie. Everything else is just to keep the movie moving forward. To give it basically what you got was human storyline meant to make them fight. More human storyline to make them fight again.
It's funny, during the fight, all I kept thinking, Godzilla's like a pear-shaped woman.
Is it what Godzilla what?
It's like a pear-shaped woman.
Oh, pear-shaped woman. Yeah, they made him bigger. There was
They made his thighs like so.
his thighs always been like that. That's Godzilla. That bullshit you saw
Nah, like
with Matthew Broderick was not a Godzilla. That was garbage. Godzilla's legs he always had the tiny arms and the giant legs. That's Godzilla. That was why when they did the
thighs for
1991,
days.
everyone was like, what the fuck is this shit? That's not Godzilla. That looks nothing like Godzilla. What the fuck? No. That Godzilla has there's certain things that are specific that you have to have. You can't fuck with. He has to have little arms. He has to have giant thighs, and he has to have the spikes from the back of his head, from the back of his neck, getting bigger towards the back of his back, and then getting smaller towards the edge of his tails. You can change anything else on Godzilla. You can change his color. You can make him darker, make him lighter. You can change his face, but those are specific traits of Godzilla, and you can't fuck with those. You fuck with those, your whole movie's just gonna fail because it's not Godzilla. Now, you gotta have the big thighs. You can't have him have the big thighs. That's what makes him slow. Those big thighs. So, what we talking about? Oh yeah, we was talking about the no, we got
Apex evil scheme, the bitch daughter. They harvested the power source.
Yeah. During this time, Godzilla's on his way to Hong Kong. And we see why Godzilla's attacking Apex is because they took the skulls from Ghidorah, not Ghidra, Ghidorah, and they made Mechagodzilla out of one skull, and then the other skull is supposed to be a transmitter, which is discovered by the Godzilla team when they get to Hong Kong. And the reason they had those skull crawlers, they were using those to practice with as battle simulators. This is why Godzilla's been attacking Apex, because of this Mechagodzilla that they're making. And because they used the skulls from Ghidorah, he can sense them whenever they turned it on. The problem with the Mechagodzilla is that they don't have a reliable power source, which is why they wanted the power source from the center of from the Lost World, which is in Kong's castle, temple, whatever you want to call it. So yeah, she does that, and they get the analyst, and it sends up, and they synthesize it. Godzilla's there. I don't know why I thought he was trying to blast a hole into Apex, but apparently he was blasting a hole down into the center of the Earth for some reason.
I did not. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't understand that. I don't know if he.
It would make sense if he was blasting into Apex. That would make total sense.
I don't know if he sensed the energy down there, because he was going for Apex when he first. He literally was going for Apex when he first went to Hong Kong. So I don't know if maybe he sensed the energy being activated down there, because right after they activated that's when he blasted a hole in the ground all the way down to the center of the Earth, which granted was kind of cool. But at the same time, I wasn't sure why he did that. Because I was like, oh, wow, maybe he just blasted so far down it went through Apex. No, he was nowhere near Apex. So I don't know. I'm not sure about that. I don't know why he blasted down there. But the funniest thing about this whole thing is that Monarch showed up when Godzilla first showed up. Monarch shows up and tells people to evacuate. Meanwhile, Godzilla's walking through the city. You just see fucking people in buildings having dinner.
Right. Like, I was waiting for someone to be like, oh no, Godzilla!
Cars just casually driving down the street. Did they evacuate the city? Like, no, these assholes, yeah, they just paid for that fucking expense. That fucking restaurant reservation was really expensive. So they went in, they just stayed there and kept eating. That guy just had to go where he was going instead of leaving the city. I don't know. It was like for evacuated city, it was a whole lot of people around for no reason. You'd think they would be used to this by now. Like, oh, monster attack. Yeah, we need to get the fuck out of town. Nope, they were still trying to live their best lives. Yeah, they want to live their best lives, all right, up until the very end. So then the daughter tries to escape through the hole that Godzilla made. Oh, first they yelled at each other. They yelled at each other, which was really, how the fuck you still alive? Fuck you, motherfucker.
Right.
That's what it was. How the fuck are you still alive? Fuck you, motherfucker.
Where Kong was pissed, he was ruining his newfound home. Like, what's good with you? Like,
So she tries to escape. Kong is in the way, so she tries to shoot Kong. So of course he gets pissed and crushes him. She did. Then Kong goes through the hole. Because he's pissed that his roof is collapsed. They start fighting. Kong has an advantage this time because he has an axe. So Godzilla kind of loses. Meanwhile, on the other side, they're starting up Mechagodzilla. Then Godzilla gets really pissed and beats the fuck out of Kong. He beat that man like he owed him money.
Yeah, that's what happens, man.
Oh my God!
Yeah, that's what happens. Where's my money? You gonna give me my money? Where's my money, man?
And then stepped on his chest like, what, bitch?
like, stay down and what?
He pinned him like Andre the Giant pinned Macho Man Randy Savage. He just put his foot on his chest, looked down at him like, what, bitch? Get up now. And then Godzilla walks away. And Kong is dying. But that's when Mechagodzilla comes out. And Mechagodzilla at this point has been lost by the controllers of Mechagodzilla. Ghidorah's, I was about to say Ghidra. Ghidorah's consciousness takes over Mechagodzilla. So here's the thing about Mechagodzilla.
Oh, I have a bad feeling about this.
It wasn't very good. His design wasn't very good. He didn't have the gears. He didn't have a whole bunch of gears hanging out like I was complaining about with Cyborg and Transformers. There was gears, but it wasn't obnoxious about the gears. The problem with the Mechagodzilla was he was too thin. It didn't look like a Mechagodzilla, like a mechanical version of Godzilla. Not at all. It looked like one of those Robotnik robots. Not Sonic the Hedgehog Robotniks. You remember that card, those toys? Robotniks.
Put the future in your hands. Your own creation to command.
Yeah.
It looked like that.
He's supposed to be the sleeker look.
Yeah, it didn't work. It literally looked like one of those robotics toys. So that was a problem. I mean, eventually, as the fight goes on, you don't notice it as much because you're into the fight. It doesn't change design. You're just so into the fight that's going on, you don't notice it. But yeah, Mechagodzilla design was not good. Not good at all. It wasn't as bad as Cyborg and the Transformers, but it was pretty bad. If they had just made it the shape of Godzilla, it would have. If they filled him out properly, it would have looked better. But at the same time, I think they wanted him to move faster than Godzilla because he kind of moved like a raptor. He sort of moved like a velociraptor. So I think that was the intent, which is why they made him sleek. But visually, it didn't work. Didn't work at all. But like I said, the action scenes are so good, you didn't care after a while. Like you first look at it, you're like, that doesn't look good at all. But then once the action starts, you don't even notice it anymore. You're too busy trying to follow what's going on, and it is great. It's great. It's great. Godzilla gets his ass kicked by Mecha Godzilla, and then they use one of the flying machines, whatever the fuck the things are called. They sent it on overdrive, electronic overdrive, and it jump starts Kong's heart. Basically a defibrillator. And then a little girl comes over and she tells Kong that Mecha Godzilla is the enemy. So then he teams up with Godzilla and they kick Mecha Godzilla's ass. Actually, they were getting the ass kicked for a while. And it was another thing I didn't understand. Like, there's a satellite attached to Mecha Godzilla, and they're trying to use that. Apparently, see, I kind of didn't understand this. It was I don't know. It was very weird. It was very weird. It's like, in order for the pilot to control Mecha Godzilla, he had to be in Ghidorah's head in one room, upload his consciousness to the Ghidorah skull, because they had a skull with tubes attached to it, and then he can control telepathically the Mecha Godzilla, right? That makes sense in the
That does make
rules of
sense.
this universe, right? That makes sense in the rules of this universe. So then Ghidorah takes over Mecha Godzilla, kills the pilot, right? So now Ghidorah is fully control of the Mecha Godzilla. His consciousness is fully in control of Mecha Godzilla. I don't understand why him being linked up to a satellite mattered. And it didn't matter. That's the other thing too. Like, I didn't understand why that mattered, because in the end it didn't matter, because they're trying to figure out the password to shut down the satellite uplink. Can't figure it out. So they just dump whiskey on it to shut out the computer. This affects Mecha Godzilla, but it doesn't shut him down because he's still moving. So what was the point? What did that actually do? Like, I was watching it with some other people, so maybe they were talking during the explanation. I didn't hear the explanation of what exactly this satellite was doing. Maybe it was giving him extra energy or extra power, making him stronger than I don't know. But the fact that that Mecha Godzilla did not shut down after they messed up the entire computer, I don't understand what was the point of that whole scene to begin with then. You should have just had them just show the fight scene and that's it. So I didn't understand that at all. Maybe there's an explanation that I missed, because like I said, I was watching with people and they were talking during the movie. Did you catch an explanation for why that would work?
Pretty much like the controls and how it's connected, because like it put him in standby mode. You see how it just slowed him down, like he just started glitching a little bit, and that's when Godzilla and Kong took their opportunity to
But
mash
wasn't he
him up.
still like moving? Wasn't he still like
No,
trying to
like
fight back?
he started slowing down, like literally slowed down, and they took that opportunity.
Okay, I guess that makes sense. So yeah, then they whip his ass after that point. Then they come to agreement. It was funny though, cause when the little girl said Godzilla's not the bad guy, Kong was like, "Fuck that guy."
He's like, you confused? Like
He
he's like,
just
he's not.
he literally roared, but you could tell it was just he roared, but the head motion he did, it was literally like, "Man, fuck that guy." I started cracking up, and that's the first words that came out of my mouth. I was like, "Yeah, he just said fuck that guy," and everyone started laughing. Because it's literally what she like did the sign language. Godzilla's not the bad guy. He just was like, "Fuck that guy." He's a fucking
He
asshole.
did not want to go over there.
No,
He's
he
like,
did not. He literally
I already dealt with this guy. Got to deal with another one.
like anyone who watches that, you cannot tell me he did not. The words that came out of his mouth was not "fuck that guy." Because we all seen that expression when someone says it. He literally was like, Godzilla's not that. Fuck that guy. I'm surprised they didn't have him flip him off too. Yeah, after they beat Mecha Godzilla, then they do they talking to each other, but you know they're monsters, so it sounds like they're yelling at each other. But you know you can tell by the body language. It's really like, you know what, you're not such an asshole. It was really, you're not such an asshole type of roar to each other. And then Godzilla goes back in the water, and Kong goes back to the land of the lost. So I guess Kong is in control of the land of the lost, and Godzilla just monitors the surface. And that's how the movie ends. Of course, there was some human stuff, wrap-up stuff, but no one cares about that.
No. I was curious. I'm like, wait, so they created a whole facility in the center of the earth?
I don't think they created a whole facility. I think they just have like a small station area there.
It looked like a whole. I thought they were back on Skull Island.
Oh no, I knew they weren't back on Skull Island. That I knew.
And then I'm like,
Because
oh wait,
you
they're in the
you
center
can
of
see the
the earth.
ceiling, the upside down ceiling.
Oh,
They didn't even try to hide it. You can see at the top of the screen the upside down ceiling.
yeah, they have like a whole setup with speakers and
Yeah, I think it was
stuff.
just like it didn't look like a full facility. It looked like a station area, exploration station area. That's what it looked like. Because
Yeah.
it wasn't the same setup as that they had with the dome. It was just like when you do an exposition. Exposition. Sorry, I keep saying exposition. Exposition. Two different words. When you do an exposition, they have like a station area where they set up tents and stuff. Sometimes they set up cabins or something like that, but it's not like a full facility. That's what it looked like to me, anyway. So that was Godzilla versus Kong. It was really good.
I enjoyed.
It
was good.
It was really good. Like I said, the first half hour does drag. It is slow. Feel free to go to the bathroom during that point. You're not missing anything. But once it gets started, it's nonstop. It's enjoyable. Some of the jokes are funny. You hate some people. You like some people. You go through a mixture of emotions. We get to see exactly what we wanted to see, and that is the focus being on Kong and Godzilla. Not just Kong and Godzilla fighting, but Kong and Godzilla. What their motives are. Yes, it's told through the human characters, but it's focused around them, what their motives are, what their behaviors are, why they don't like each other, why they're doing what they're doing. It's all about them. And that's the way the movie should be. So it is really, really good. Really good. Everyone should watch it. You just have to suffer through a half hour of boredom. And what about you? What'd you think?
I enjoyed it. I was like, wow. Turned on the soundbar for it. Yeah, stupid little things here or there, but overall, it's such a good movie. You overlook the stupid little details.
Because they gave us what we wanted, and that was watching
Right.
Kong and Godzilla fight. That's what we wanted. The movie's Godzilla versus King Kong. Anybody who's going to see the movie, well, anybody who's going to watch that movie, I was like going to see the movie, like going to the theaters. But anybody who's going to watch that movie knows exactly what they're watching it for. And that's what you get. You get to watch Kong fight Godzilla multiple times. Unlike the original one, where the only fight they had was at the end, and King Kong kills Godzilla. But in this one, we got to see them fight multiple times. They fought 3 times, actually. 3 different times. They had 3 rounds. And yes, Godzilla, number 1. Always number 1. Whoop that monkey's ass.
You damn dirty ape!
That's why he was pissed. Fuck that guy.
Mm-hmm.
He was just mad he got beat twice.
When I was looking through my articles, I was looking up reviews for the movie I was on CNN for my articles, and a CNN reviewer had the audacity to say Godzilla vs. Kong turns his battle of Alpha Titans into, at best, a C- level attraction. What?
I can see why they would say that. I can see why.
C-?
Yeah, I can see why they would say it. Because the story is not the greatest story. A lot of questions, a lot of holes. All the stuff we mentioned, that was a problem. A lot of questions, a lot of holes. But it's a kaijin movie. And you expect certain things in a kaijin movie. Because kaijin movies are about the monsters. Not their overall story. Not the human characters. Kaijin movies are about the monsters. That's what people pay to see when they go see a kaijin movie. That's what we want to see. And this movie does not disappoint. I can see why critics say C- because they're looking for an in-depth story as well as the monsters fighting. Unfortunately, in a 2-hour movie, you can't have an in-depth story and have the monsters fighting together because it's just not enough time unless you want to make it a 4-hour movie. That's the thing. Like, if you're going to devote the time needed for the monsters, you can't have an in-depth storyline. If you're going to have an in-depth storyline, you can't have the time devoted to the monsters. This was the problem with Transformers. They wanted to have an in-depth storyline with the human characters, so they didn't focus enough on the Transformers, which was fine for an introductory movie, but when it happens throughout the entire series, there's a problem. And this was not an introductory movie, so to have it focus on the human characters instead of the monsters would be stupid. And the thing is, this would be worse because the monsters don't actually speak. They don't have dialogue. At least with Transformers, the Transformers had dialogue, but there's no dialogue here. So if you're gonna focus on what people want to see, which are the monsters, you're gonna have to have a lot of fighting scenes, which means you're gonna have a lot less in storyline. It's a give and take thing. Unless you want the movie to be 4 hours and nobody wants to sit through a 4-hour monster movie. Nobody, not even the most diehard Godzilla fan, will sit through a 4-hour Godzilla movie. That's too long. That's too long, too much story, when all we came here to see is Godzilla do Godzilla stuff. Especially since Godzilla doesn't talk. No, too much. So, no, it's a good movie. The job is done. They did a really good job. It had a really nice balance. Well, I shouldn't say nice balance. They had the balance the way it was supposed to be. Really good movie. Bored the first half hour with all the human stuff, but it gets you to where you need to go. And it tells you what's going on. It's so that it's just not complete nonsensical violence between monsters. There's some type of goal at the end. And there's actually a moral to the story, so, which a lot of movies don't even have nowadays. And the moral is understanding, compromising, and not everything is what it seems to be. In case you were wondering.
And listen to the kids. The kids were always
And listen to the kids. But that's I like that too, that they kept that consistent throughout these movies, because that's major thing in kaiju movies. It's like always the children, because children are innocent and not as stuck in their ways as adults, so they see things differently than adults, and they're always the ones who are always right. Well, with that said, Robin, what's in the news?
Yum, 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 yum. Sisimia, sisimia, sisimia. Quang, quang, quang. Quang, 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 quang. Quang, 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 quang. Breaking news.
In the news, we have a few things. I forgot to mention last week when we were going over like reboots for shows. The Mighty Ducks has a reboot on Disney Plus. I don't know if you gotta take a glance at
Again,
that.
that's not a reboot. Continuation. Yeah, it's a continuation. It takes place now. So everything that happened with the Mighty Ducks actually happened. In fact, the Mighty Ducks are now whatever that team was that the Mighty Ducks went up against. That's what I'm saying. It's not a reboot. It's a continuation.
Oh, you watched it?
My sister was watching it.
Oh.
Yeah. No, it's not a reboot. And it's not like a series adaptation of the movie. This continues now after that everything that happened in the original movies happened. All 3 original movies, I believe. Yeah, it's just a continuation as a series instead of another movie. Like Punky Brewster and Frasier and all the other ones that are just continuing.
That's true. I wanted to watch it out of nostalgia.
What's the name? The chick who played the mom in Gilmore Girls is in there. She's still playing the same role, too. Same type of humor.
I need to see that.
Actually, she's pretty much the exact same character.
I think that's pretty much her niche. And Dwayne Johnson reveals new Black Adam release date.
Oh, good. What is
which
the Adam
is
release date?
July 2022.
Okay. Now, here's the question. Is that going to be the catalyst to their reboot? Because they are definitely officially rebooting the universe now.
Yeah.
Because in that what's her name? In that promotion thing they did in Times Square, he did say the hierarchy of the DCU
Yes. I was about
is
to read
about
that
to
quote.
change.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm
that was
wondering.
the
Like,
quote.
is this going to be the catalyst for the new DCEU? Because Snyder, as we said last week, Snyder's is done. They're not doing that anymore. And I'm just going to leave it at that before I go into another fucking rant.
It's looking like. So the cast lineup is Doctor
The good
Fate.
thing is, if that is, they can still keep Shazam in it because none of Snyder's Shazam characters ever Snyder's characters ever showed up in Shazam.
Yes, that is true.
It's not like, they're going to have to redo Wonder Woman if they bring it back. And I guess they can add the Batman to this new universe since it's already
I
in the
think
works. The
that's
Flash, they're
like
going to have to redo. They're going to have to redo the Flash unless they do something in a Flash movie where they do whatchamacallit, Flashpoint.
yeah, that's the whole premise of the Flash movie is
They're going to do
Flashpoint.
Flashpoint.
Yeah, and then Cyborg, like that's the only thing that they're doing. They're just cutting Cyborg out completely of the new Flash movie. It's Flashpoint.
So this might work. It might work. It might work actually.
So, they for the cast they have Doctor Fate, Pierce Brosnan signed up for that, Hawkman, Cyclone, and Atom Smasher.
What the hell is
So
Cyclone
that's
and Atom Smasher?
yeah. I had to look that up.
That's what I was saying last week. DC has like so many lame characters and nobody remembers who the fuck they are. Who? What? Cyclone and Atom Smasher. Cyclone must be a villain. I'm assuming Cyclone's a villain. He probably has like whirlwind like legs or something. Like hurricane legs or some dumb shit like that. Am I right? You said you looked it up. Am I right?
No, I said I gotta look
Oh,
it
I thought
up
you looked it up. All right, we'll look that up next time.
because Cyclone. I'm like
I like.
when I think of Cyclone, I think of like that android who makes cyclones.
I think of like the Marvel character. I think his name was Whirlwind or something along those lines. Where he had the bottom of his body could spin wind around him so fast that it was like a mini tornado.
Yeah, a cyclone. I remember like in Young Justice, he was like an android like Vision who made cyclones with his body. Oh no, okay, I was wrong. She is the granddaughter of Red Tornado. Exactly who
Red
I was thinking.
Tornado. Ha
Red Tornado.
ha!
That's who I was thinking about.
Yeah, another lame ass character. Red Tornado. They actually brought that thing in Supergirl too. The TV series?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, Red Tornado? The fuck?
And who did I say? Atom Smasher. I'm like, because I know I'm like Cyclone. That sounds like Red that android, but it's Red Tornado who's
Yeah,
that
Red Tornado's the android. So Cyclone is Red Tornado's daughter. Okay.
granddaughter or
Whatever.
something. Yeah,
Just
granddaughter.
another lame ass character, I guess. Well, I don't know. I don't know about that character. I know Red Tornado is fucking lame. Cyclone, I don't know. I have never heard of
Atom
her.
Smasher, super strength. He looks flat.
Atom Smasher sounds familiar because the name is
He
so
was in the
goddamn A.
Flash. He was a character things in the
He was a
Flash.
Flash villain, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, he sounds familiar. Yeah, it's just his name was lame. I think it was just supposed to be like super strong. They just called.
Yeah, super strong. Yep.
Yeah, they just gave him a stupid lame ass name. I was like, who the fuck is Atom Smasher? Now I'm starting to think about it. Yeah, I do kind of remember that guy. It's just that he has such a lame name. Now I'm interested to see how they do this. I'm interested to see. I'm
I'm looking
interested. I
forward
should
to
say
it.
I'm interested to see if they're actually gonna use Flashpoint to reset the universe, or they're just gonna do this Flash movie and just say, "All right, we're done."
I think because the Flash movie's not coming out before this one. I think this one comes first.
No, there's no way the Flash movie's done. Why would they push that back?
Yeah, we should double check the release date because they updated this one to next summer. So when is the Flash coming out this year?
Oh, Google it. My phone is still charging. It's just you should check the release date. My phone is still charging. You just picked up your phone to Google that.
Oh, it's coming out the same year. Yeah, it's coming. It's expected November 4th, 2022.
Okay, so now I really got to figure out what the fuck they're going to do because this is making no goddamn sense. I mean, unless all these movies are already filmed and they're just pumping them out, which will still be exactly what they said is that like they're not continuing, but these were already filmed, so you're not really continuing, you're just putting out which was already done. So technically, they are keeping to their word about not continuing. Or if they're just gonna I don't know what the fuck. I'm so confused now. Because none of this makes any goddamn sense.
It's DC. Does it ever
It
make
doesn't
sense?
make any sense. Like they want to have a continuing universe, but then they have these standalone movies, which would be
Like the
fine.
new Batman movie, I think it's like a standalone DC movie, like the other Joker movie was.
I don't know. Originally, I heard it was supposed to be the same Batman. They just switched actors, which is why he was younger. It's supposed to be a younger version of the Snyder Batman. That's what I heard originally. So I don't know what the fuck is going on with them anymore. They're so fucking confusing. It's like I don't even think they know what the fuck is going on anymore, to be honest.
No, they don't. They really don't.
Like none of this makes sense. This because the Flash was attached to the Snyder universe, but they're not doing the Snyder universe anymore. Yet it's still coming out after Black Adam, so it doesn't make sense to have a Flashpoint movie after you establish a new universe. You should do that before you establish a new. So I don't know if this is going to be establishing it. This is the problem. I have no idea what the fuck is going on with any of this. None of it makes any goddamn sense. It's all behind the scene
So
bullshit. It's not even like movie
technically,
bullshit. It's behind the
Suicide
scene
Squad
bullshit.
is the first
That's
one.
another thing. You have Suicide Squad, which is in the same universe as Snyder Cut, but Snyder Cut isn't going on anymore. But yet you can still put that in there because technically if you're not continuing it and the movie's already made, then you're just putting out what you already was going to produce to begin with, not actually continuing. This is still part of your original universe ideas, as if you understand what I mean by that. So I don't know what the fuck is going on with DC anymore. You know what? I'm just done trying to figure it out. Whatever. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, we'll just watch it as it comes
Yeah,
along.
I just don't give a shit anymore. In fact, I don't want any fucking news about DC and their bullshit except for movie release dates. I'm initiating a rule now because I'm tired of having a fucking headache. I'm initiating a rule. No more DC news except for movie release dates. That's it. And maybe some.
Oh, but what if it's like really, really good DC
I don't give a
news?
fuck. Don't care. Except for Ray Fisher news. If he starts saying some more dumb shit, we gonna talk about that. But other than that, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. Movie release dates and that's it. I don't care about anything else. And who's in the movie. That's it. And it's not worth the headache. It's not worth trying to figure this out.
You were supposed to understand.
In fact, you know what? You know what we're going to talk about from now on? And you got to start watching. Fuck the movies until the movie comes out. We're going to start to talk about the shows. That's what we're going to stick with. Because at least I know what the fuck is going on the shows. There's an established timeline. Shit makes sense. Got one person in charge. Greg Ballantino, who is fucking awesome at his job.
The shows are really good.
Because it's one person in charge. You don't have 50 fucking million people talking and trying to put their hands in. Fucking hell. That is their whole problem. This is why Marvel's movies work and theirs don't. Because Marvel just has John Fergie. That's it. He has the final say. And he takes the time to go to each director and say, listen, we need you to do this and this and this because it ties to this later. Don't put this in here. This doesn't make sense. You got this person in charge of Wonder Woman, this person in charge of Aquaman, this person in charge of Justice League, this person in charge of Shazam. The fuck? DC makes me angry. Moving along.
Moving along, Jamie Foxx is set to play Mike Tyson in a limited series.
I can see that. He looks like Mike
produced
Tyson.
by. He does. There's a side-by-side picture. I'll send it to you.
Even back in the day when he first came out, I was like, yo, he kind of looks like Mike Tyson. So yeah, that works. That's a good casting job, and he's a great actor.
Martin Scorsese is set to be the executive producer. It was originally set to be a movie, but they decided to do a limited series. I look forward to watching it. Like, hopefully it's on FX.
I'd rather it be a limited series because you can put more in.
Right.
You can do 6 episodes. That's basically a 6-hour movie, whereas opposed to a 2-hour movie, which is what they would have done. I'm looking forward to that. I'd like to see that.
Yeah, me too. Right now, it's not attached to any network or streaming service. Tyson and his current wife, Kiki, will be executive producers also. I'm looking forward to that. All right. Next in the news, MLB moving their All-Star game from Georgia after the state passes new restrictive voting laws. The audacity. All right. Major League Baseball announces Friday that this season's All-Star Game and draft will not be held in Atlanta in response to Georgia's recently passed laws that place new restrictions on voting.
Voting for what?
They passed a voting restriction laws. I'll read it to you. Over the last week, they have engaged in thoughtless conversations with the club's former fast forward. Pretty much, they decided to move it
No,
because a
what
lot
what
of
what
businesses.
voting restrictions? Voting restrictions for what?
I'll read you the list of what they're doing. After the election, they didn't like that the state pretty much turned Democrat because Georgia is known as a Republican state.
Okay.
And with all the black African American voters that came out, it changed the whole state political standard pretty much. It's a democratic state now, and they didn't like that. So a lot of businesses like Coca-Cola, Delta are pulling out of Georgia because of that, which is like millions of dollars being lost because of their bullshit. So let me read you some of the restrictions that they passed.
I'm like, you like voting. I'm like, voting what? Just voting on an all-star? Who should be in the all-star game? What are you talking about? It's just out of voting. Voting what? What voting? Voting could be a lot of things.
Georgia recently passed new voting laws, leading critics to call for boycotts of companies based in the states and for sport leagues considering moving big events there. So some of their voting restrictions include the new law in Georgia introduces new impediments to voting, reducing the number of drop boxes in heavily African American areas, and allows the state to intervene to assert control over the conduct of elections in Democratic counties.
I'm sorry, you gotta be shitting me, woman.
It shortens the time available for absentee voters and introduces new registration requirements that campaigners say are designed to target black voters.
That is just some grimy shit.
Right. And literally, this has all been quietly happening in the background after the election since
That's I'm
November.
like, you like voting. I'm like, what the hell what are you talking about? You can't just say voting.
Yeah, it's like a whole big
It
so like
sounds
a
like you were
lot of
talking because it's
major.
like they could have been voting for anything, voting for something in a city, voting for where to hold it, voting for who's in the All-Star game. Like, what are you talking about? You gotta give specifics when you give titles. There could be a lot of voting things out there. Could have been town committee. Like, what? Oh, you mean presidential vote and electoral vote with politician votes? Okay, that's fucked up.
It's a lot of fucked up shit that's going on. And you know what those political leaders are saying? Today, Major League Baseball caved to fear, political opportunists, and liberal lies. What?
Huh? What?
That's what the
Okay,
Georgia governor said.
again, you keep saying stuff out of content, out of context. Well, how do we get on baseball? You're a terrible news reporter.
That's the article is Major League Baseball moving the All-Star game from Georgia after state
Major League.
passes.
See, you didn't say that.
MLB. That's MLB. That's what MLB says.
I didn't hear MLB. I thought you were talking about.
I said
honestly,
MLB.
I honestly thought she was talking about the NBA. Because I was about to ask,
MLB.
wait, didn't they have their All-Star game already?
No.
No, not baseball. The NBA, didn't they have their All-Star game already?
That was like weeks ago.
That's how.
Major League Baseball
I was confused this whole time.
Started this week. Yeah, it started this week.
Wait, the fucking Bills, the All-Star game, they just started. Why did? Huh?
Because it was originally planned for the summertime. They planned that a few months in advance. So literally, baseball just started this week, and they were planning the location. It was set to be in Georgia.
Okay, you were talking about baseball here. All right.
Yes.
That sounds like wait.
MLB.
And you was like, oh, you said the guy said confronted the baseball league. Huh? What? Wait, what? I thought we were talking about basketball.
Baseball. No. MLB.
I did not hear you say MLB. I don't think you said MLB.
No, I said MLB moving All-Star game.
If you said
All-Star
okay, wait, hold on. If you said MLB, I will hear it back when I do the editing, and I will apologize. But I did not hear MLB at all. I was very confused just now. It was like voting and MLB. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? What is this story?
Yes, it's all intertwined in that story.
Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? Don't nobody understand the words that are coming out of your mouth, man.
So the All-Star game for baseball is being moved from Georgia to where?
They don't know yet.
Oh,
They have to decide because they
because
just did this announcement today.
Republicans are trying to change the votes in that area into their favor. Got it. And no one
So
likes
pretty
that
much
shit.
just going. They're trying to go back to like how it was before.
That's, I don't know. I don't know. You're kind of depriving the people. Well, I guess it doesn't matter because anyone who bought tickets for that, fucking Georgia people aren't even going to be there anyway. So
Exactly. It's like people fly in all over to see their favorite because they don't know who's going to be in the All-Star game yet
yeah.
until the season can.
I'm like, oh, you're depriving Georgia people, but then you know what? They might not even go anyway. So many people buy tickets from all over the country and just fly to the All Star game. It doesn't matter where they held it.
Exactly. It's just
Where they
another
hold it.
surplus of money for the state.
Yeah. Well, they're not getting that.
Yeah, and then that governor was like how Major League Baseball is caving into fear, political opportunism, and liberal lies.
He's a Republican,
And
isn't he?
he's yeah.
Of course he is.
Georgians and all Americans should fully understand what the MLB knee-jerk decision means. Cancel culture and woke political activism are coming for every aspect of your life, sports included.
Wait.
If the left doesn't agree,
what? Wait, say that again.
This is what. This,
no, I heard you. That's how I just didn't understand it. Say that again.
Georgians and all Americans should fully understand what MLB's knee-jerk decision means. Cancel culture and woke political activisms are coming for every aspect of your life, sports included. If the left doesn't agree with you, facts and the truth do not matter.
Wait, again, what? Because that just sounds like gibberish. Go back to the culture thing. What did he say? What?
Yes, what was it? MLB's knee-jerk decision means
not that part.
Cancel culture and woke political activists are coming for every aspect of your life, sports included.
All right, that I understood. Okay, like the way it was just like, what? What are you saying?
This was all a Twitter post.
That's why it sounds like gibberish. Because you only get 200 characters. That's why it sounds like gibberish. I'm like, what is he saying? Okay. So what he's basically saying for the non-Twitter gibberish understanders is that here in America, people who protest are coming for everything and pushing everything away just to get their way. That's basically what he's saying right now. That's what he's implying. Protesters are doing whatever they can to get their way, even if it's unfair. That's what he's saying. Fucking hell, man.
And they're not like reneging on what they're doing with the laws that they're trying to pass. They're like just pretty much putting blame on someone else. Oh, Major League Baseball are just afraid of this cancel culture. No, how about you own up to what you're doing?
Wait,
and
what did he say? Tell me what he said again. What did he call them? The culture part. What did he?
Cancel culture and woke political activists.
Woke. Okay. Cancel culture and woke. First of all, those two things don't go together. That's why that whole fucking thing. Canceling culture is a negative thing. Being awoke into problems is a positive thing. So how do you combine those two in a sentence to make a point? That was why I was so fucking confused.
A fool. And liberal lies.
He put
like,
two opposites together to try and make a point. Like, what?
It doesn't make any sense what he's saying. They're caving into fear, political opportunism, and liberal lies. How is it lies? These are literally laws you're passing.
I'm like literally trying. That's why I was like literally trying to figure out what the hell this meant. That's why I was so confused. That's what it was. He said culture canceling.
Cancel culture. Mm-hmm.
And a woke activists are both bad. They're complete opposites of each other. You fucking moron. He probably didn't even write that speech either. He probably had some dumbass assistant tweet that out for him. At least I hope he did. I hope he's not that stupid. Oh, culture cancelers and awoke activists. If you're fucking awoke, that means you know what's going on. You're paying attention. You understand. And I don't think awoke people want to cancel culture. You fucking idiot.
English, motherfucker, do you speak it?
It's so stupid. And they're not like literally owning up to like people, oh, you guys are making us lose business. Like, no, you like take these are the consequences of your actions. Like, they're just blaming Major League Baseball and the other businesses that are pulling out of Georgia, that they're destroying the economy by doing so. But how about you not try to bring us back to Jim Crow voting eras?
Oh my god. Jesus fucking Christ. I can't say that's stupid people doing stupid shit, because that was just a stupid comment made. And it probably wasn't even made by him. He probably had a publicist write that shit, who apparently doesn't know the English language, because those are complete opposites. So I don't understand how complete opposites can both be bad. What else we got?
It was developing news, and because I picked it up. Officer was killed in attack near U.S. Capitol today.
Holy shit.
It was a developing story. They changed up the article I had. Oh, well, a U.S. Capitol police officer has died and another is injured after a man rammed a vehicle into a police barricade outside the Capitol building. The suspect was fatally shot by police after he exited a vehicle holding a knife and ran towards officers.
What the fuck?
And at first, when I was like, yo, this sounds like some crazy white guy, no, it was a young black man. And I was very surprised, but at the same time, it made sense. Because I'm like, wow, usually they don't kill, these suspects. They usually detain them.
Well, not if you're running at him with a knife. I don't give a fuck who it is. Especially after he ran the police together. They wouldn't give a shit who it is. He can't run it out with a knife. They just gonna shoot his ass. What the fuck?
And he became like super parent. He lost his job, suffered medical ailments.
I was about to say I didn't know he was gonna get. You said it was a developing story. I didn't know he was gonna keep going. I was about to say he was probably mentally ill.
Yeah. So far,
I mean,
this
if
is what
he
they
just
have reported.
randomly ran the police barricade out of nowhere, not saying he didn't plan this, but if it just came out of nowhere like that, like there was no incident before that, he's clearly mentally ill.
Wow. He was 25. He graduated from Christopher Newport University with a bachelor's degree in finance.
He might have had schizophrenia. That should
Maybe.
there's no
It sounds like
because
it.
yeah, with schizophrenia there's no if it runs in your family, there's no knowing when it's going to hit. Some people it hits them when they're young, some people it hits them when they're older.
Yeah.
And it comes
It
out
said
of nowhere.
he believed the federal government was targeting him with mind control.
Yeah, schizophrenia. Paranoid schizophrenia. Yeah, that's the thing about schizophrenia. There's no age limit on it for when it hits. It just hits when it hits. And so I was like, as soon as you said, I was like, yeah, he probably has schizophrenia. The way that sounded, yeah, he probably had schizophrenia. Paranoid schizophrenia. Yeah, when it hits you, it just hits you. You can have the greatest life until that thing hits you, and then all of a sudden, that's it. You start just believing things that you didn't believe before and seeing things that you never saw before. That's just how it works. It's fucked up.
They're also saying that he donated a gift to the Nation of Islam. What does that have to do with anything?
Because they're looking at the terrorist aspects.
He literally just lost his mind.
Yeah, no, he's probably paranoid schizophrenic. But yeah, they're looking at the terrorist aspect. But it's most likely he's a paranoid schizophrenic. So that just came out of nowhere. There wasn't even like a plan other than killing whoever you can at the Capitol building. Yeah, he had to be a paranoid schizophrenic. Had a feeling about that. Had a feeling about that right away. Because I was about to say they should check to see if he has a medical condition like paranoid schizophrenia. Then you started, so I was like, yep. First thought was the right one. Yeah. I've dealt with a lot of people like that.
And on a lighter note, literally, in the state of Virginia, a deer jumps. It's a video. I'll send it to you. A deer jumps into a moving school bus. Like literally, the bus is just driving, not speeding down the road. There are kids on the bus. A deer jumps through the windshield on top of a student, and this, mind you,
What? Windshield?
Yes,
No,
a
no,
deer
it can't. It
jumps.
can't be a windshield.
I'm going to send you this video before my phone dies.
How does it jump through the window and land on top of the school? The windshield is in the front of the bus.
Yes, you have to see this to believe
I was
it.
like, wait, no, that has to be written wrong. It can't be how does it jump through the windshield? Like if you said, oh, it jumped through the side window, I would believe that, and landed on a kid, I would believe that. Seems kind of impossible, but that makes more sense than
No,
jumping through the
dude.
windshield. How
Yes,
did he land on
he
the
jumped. Before
kid?
I send to you, I'm going to describe.
Wait.
The kid didn't even move.
How did it land on the kid? Because
It landed on.
Because on the school bus, there is a little barrier between the first seat and when you get on the
Yes,
bus.
the deer jumped over it on top of the back of the kid. And the kid was sleeping. He didn't even move. He was dead sleeping. I'm like, wait, that can't be a kid.
Wait, how did he jump?
And then after
how did he jump on the back of the kid?
Because the kid was leaned over sleeping. And then the deer hopped off of the kid's back. The kid did not move a muscle, and it jumped out of the doors of the bus, because the bus driver stopped and opened the doors, and the deer jumped out.
I'll be right back.
You are correct. It does not compute.
I'm going to send it to you right now. After I describe it to you, I'm sending it to you before my phone dies. My phone's about to shut off, so.
I'm looking at this right now. This makes no goddamn sense.
Yep, I just sent it to you.
This makes no physical sense.
Yep, that's why I want to describe it to you before you saw.
Makes absolutely no physical sense. I don't see.
And the deer actually survived it all. He survived it all and went running through a field after.
Oh, okay, here it is. Hold on. Play, goddammit. Stop trying to show me live TV.
Let me see if I could, like, Skype. Oh, I can send
you
this through Skype. Oh, you found it. Okay.
Oh, shit. Okay. Okay. Hold on. Okay. All right. You're a liar. You're a liar.
What did I lie about?
This deer did not jump through the windshield. This deer got hit by the fucking bus. That deer.
It came out of nowhere.
That deer went through the window back first. He did not jump. That's why this made no sense. That deer did not jump through the windshield. He got hit by that bus. Holy fuck. I don't know if the deer was jumping across the road, but that deer went through that windshield back first. That's why I'm like, this makes no logical sense. First of all, why would a deer jump into a bus? How does a deer jump into a bus through the windshield?
That's what read the story. Deer jumps into moving
I just watched the video. I watched the video. No, that deer went through back first. That deer got hit. Maybe he was jumping when he got hit, but he definitely went through there back first. And then landed on the kid sideways. No. He did not jump through that one. That's okay. Now the story makes more sense. Jump through, because the jump through, it has to go head first. Has to go hooves and head first when it jumps. So I was like, this makes no sense. This logically makes no sense. No, I'm surprised that deer's still alive.
Yeah, the guy said he was like fine jumping through the field after.
He didn't jump through. Watch that video again. He did not jump through. You see, he
Yeah, I
went
have to
through.
watch.
You didn't watch the video?
I did, because the caption said a deer jumped through a
Watch it.
Virginia
Watch
school
it
bus
again.
windshield.
Yeah, watch it again. That he went through back first, landed on the kid
Wow, that poor
sideways,
little creature.
landed on the kid sideways, and then started flopping about on the kid's back. Yo, I was like, hold on, let me see that again. No, that bus driver just wasn't paying attention. He trying not to lose his job. No, he hit that deer. Maybe the deer jumped across the road and it was high enough so that it rolled off into the windshield.
Yo,
You see it, right? Back first.
Yeah, that's so
That makes
crazy.
more sense. That's I was like, no, to jump through it'd have to go forward. Hoof and head first. That's I'm like, that makes no sense. Why the fuck would the fucking deer jump through the windshield? Like, you have to see it coming to jump through it. I'm like, that makes no sense whatsoever. I was like, when you said jump through, I thought it jumped through the side one. I'm like, all right, that kind of makes no sense, but I guess if it had jumped off of something, it could make it through the side window. That makes more sense for deer jumping. Actually jumping. That makes more sense. Or jumping through the door. Makes more sense. But through the windshield, that made absolutely no sense. I was like, let me see this video. No. He hit that deer. He went through back first, later on the kid sideways, and then flopped around. And then that makes me question the windshield on those buses, because that whole windshield just came out. Like, the windshield didn't even shatter. The whole windshield just came busting in. So I'm like, yo, that seems kind of dangerous if there's an accident. Some kid is going to go flying through that windshield with no resistance, nothing to keep him from going forward. Cause that deer, but then again, maybe that kid will live because that deer lived. Maybe that's a good design. I take it back. That's actually a good design. Because that deer lived. That deer went right through it. That whole windshield came off. That bus driver was like, what the hell? Oh, shit. Oh, damn. Wow. I'm going to watch that again. Hold on. Wow. See, sometimes you can't go by what the article says. You have to see for yourself. I'm like, nah, that made no logical sense. Physically, that defies physics.
With no change fees.
You know, it's funny. I was gonna tell you about it earlier, but no, I want to verbally say it to him first and have him watch it.
Yeah. Yo. Wait. I should laugh. Yo. Did you pause it?
And it keeps getting funnier every single time I see it.
Did you pause it? And then it flies?
No.
Yeah, the deer rolls off the hood of the car before it goes through the windshield. And it is all floppy. Yo, its ass is towards the back of the chair. The head is in front, where I paused it at, the head is in front of that little barrier that's protecting the kid sleeping. Yo, that kid, it's a good thing that kid's asleep and his head might have been taken off. Jesus fucking Christ.
Right. If he wasn't hunched over like that,
Yo, I'm looking at this.
that would
This
have been
deer is
so
ass
much worse.
backwards. Right over this kid's head. Yo, this kid, it's a good thing he was asleep. Fate was shining on him today. Yo, and on the bus driver too. Because if that kid had died, he'd have lost his job for that. Man. Yeah, no, this deer did not jump. Don't let them lie to you. Yeah, he hit the grill. He hit the grill sideways. Damn. Little man, today was your day. You were not meant to bite the big one today, man. And neither was that deer. Holy shit. Yeah, anybody want to see that? Just put in deer. What did I type in? I think it was deer goes through bus windshield was what I typed in. Deer jumps through. Yeah, deer jumps through bus window. It'll pop right up. Although he did not jump. Jesus. Wow. We back? We back? Okay. Sorry about that, folks. A little technical difficulties there. My dumb ass forgot to plug in my laptop, so it died on us. So anything else in the news, Robin?
All right. The next article we have here is I can't really pronounce his last name, but Derek Chauvin is on trial for George Floyd's death.
Derek Chauvin, I believe is pronounced.
Cullivan, maybe that sounds like it might be it. Too many monopolists. Now I can't pronounce the darn tootin' town they're from. Minneapolis police officers testified today, and a lot's been going on with the trial that's been going on currently. George Floyd's death. I was gonna say murder, but jury's out on that. So juries hear testimony from a series of witnesses the last couple of days in the trial of former Minneapolis officer Derek Chauvin. During the fifth day of the testimony, he's charged with a second-degree murder, third-degree murder, and second-degree manslaughter and the death of George Floyd.
Yeah, it turns out that they showed a whole bunch of other footage that you didn't see on Instagram or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, they showed the footage from when he was inside.
Wow, really? I didn't see the footage.
But when the cops pulled up, they didn't even, like, pull up on a regular basis, just walk up and ask what's going on. They came out with their guns drawn. I don't even know why. I don't know what the clerk said, but apparently, according to the clerk, he didn't say anything to them that they needed to come with the guns drawn out.
Wow.
And the thing was, he was actually having a panic attack. Like, when they were first talking to him, he was getting upset, but he was complying, right? And then things got a little out of hand for him, and that's when he started having a panic attack. Because when they pulled him out the car, he was already saying he couldn't breathe before they even put him down on the ground. Then I saw them put him down for 9 minutes, and it was just like, forget it.
And it actually turns out it wasn't for 8 minutes and 46 seconds that he was on his neck, pretty much. It was for 9 minutes and 29 seconds. Like,
it was bad. The fact, and they didn't even, pedestrians called the cops. They were sitting there watching what's going on, so they called 911 ambulance for this man. So they were just gonna throw him in the car and take him to jail dead.
Oh my gosh. So far, the people who have testified on the second day was a 9-year-old girl. That's traumatic. 3 high school students, a mixed martial art fighter, and a Minneapolis firefighter. They all described their feelings of horror and fear as they watch him slowly die. The more information you learn, like, it was bad enough then, and then the more information we see and read, it's just...
Yeah, it's really fucked up. We'll talk about it more on later days when more information comes out, because the trial is still going. All right, Robin, is that it?
That is it in the news.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for being with us here tonight. You can follow me on Twitter or Twitch at Don Perignon77. You can follow the show on YouTube, Cinemastrophe, or put in Don Perignon to come in. If you're listening on YouTube and you want to find out what you missed out on, because you missed out on a lot, especially on this one, you can find us on any local podcast network. Just put in Cinemastrophe'S Cocktail Hour and it'll pop right up. We're everywhere. You can follow us on Facebook, Cinemastrophe. Any questions or comments you can put in the comment section or email us at donperignon_v1@yahoo.com. Believe that's all the plugs. Say goodnight, Robin.
Good night. Buenas noches.
Good night, everybody.